Hi, everyone. My name is Brother Greg Plata, and I serve as the National Vocation Director for our province. Today's readings give us a wonderful introduction about God and God's mercy. Moses is perplexed by this burning bush that, despite the flames, remains unscathed by the fire. Then our incredible God, the great I Am, enlists Moses in a divine plan after saying, "I have witnessed their affliction, heard their complaints, and I know well their suffering." This is truly the God of mercy and compassion. This is a God revealed through the truth of the Scriptures who knows our pains and suffering and shows compassion in many, many ways. That compassion is most evident when the Word takes on our human flesh in the person of Jesus Christ. Our gospel is a bit intriguing when Jesus responds to the news about the deaths caused by Pilate and a terrible accident at Siloam. In both incidences, these poor people's lives were ended in a tragic way, letting us know that life comes with its unexpected tragedies, and these victims did nothing that warranted their deaths. To paraphrase the English philosopher Thomas Hobbes, life is nasty, brutish, and short. In the same gospel, we are introduced to the fig tree that does not produce any fruit, and so the owner doesn't want to waste any more time or frustration on a tree that doesn't produce. So he orders the gardener to cut it down. This alludes to an earlier passage of Luke in chapter 3, verse 9, when we hear John the Baptizer saying, "Even now the axe is lying at the root of the trees. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and to be thrown into the fire." Now, at first you might think, oh, God must be the owner, Jesus is the gardener, and the tree represents all of us. But there's something deeper than that allegorical interpretation. Remember, Jesus is talking about repentance, turning away from anything that causes a rift in our relationship with God and with others. The parable is simply reinforcing the idea from the first part of the gospel. Here, this tree has been able to exist even without bearing fruit, and now it's been granted additional time for the gardener to tend it. If it doesn't bear fruit, then it will await the fate of being cut down. Like Jesus' earlier words in response to the tragedy he learned about, the parable warns against false assurances. Because of the fragileness of life, we don't know when life will be interrupted or even ended by tragedy. And because you may not be cut down yet, do not presume that you are bearing fruit. For a lot of people, Jesus' words regarding judgment and repentance can be somewhat frightening, but a deeper understanding of his words reveal the reality of life. Life is a gift, albeit a fragile one. As baptized disciples of Jesus, each day we are called to bear fruit that reflects compassion, generosity, love, forgiveness, and inspiration to others that they may also bear fruit. And here's the point. We can't wait until tomorrow. A Christian disciple lives in the now, bearing fruit now. Finally, our Lenten observances shouldn't require morose expressions of piety. The Christian outlook of repentance arcs towards joy. Certainly, this was evidenced by St. Francis, calling even setbacks and humiliations perfect joy, because it cultivated a spirit of dependence and acquiescence to God's grace. For Francis, repentance was the joyful movement and commitment towards the values of the gospel and the overwhelming love of the Creator. In essence, grace can be experienced even within the awful precariousness and setbacks of our fragile human existence. Just remember, Christian disciples live in the now, bearing fruit now.